So I didn't catch. How did the Islanders end up doing?
VJ, also known as C4 from the band Flak Jacket, also Candy Riot, and I'm a dad, punk rock dad. I got two girls, 16 and 12, that are sucking the life out of me, and I love every minute of it. Brook and River. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. What do you think is the most punk rock thing about you? What do you think is the most dad thing about you?
Whew. Well, you know what? I think it's kind of one and the same. Most punk rock thing about me. I cry during mushy fabric softener commercials, and that have like cute little bears and kittens and things like that. No, I'm kidding. I do find myself getting choked up more often than I used to, as you know, with having girls soften me up quite a bit. And I guess that's probably the most dad thing, I guess you could say. And I think the most punk rock thing about me is just still being an old man, not giving a fuck how the body's feeling, and out there and jumping around with whoever will jump around with me, you know?
Awesome. And what do you think is like a highlight of your music career, and what do you think is like a highlight of being a parent?
Wow. A highlight of the music career. Well, I mean, we've had some great shows opening for bands that when I was young in high school, I never would have imagined, not Led Zeppelin or anything like that, but just punk rock heroes and things like that. Probably the highlight was getting to record with my all-time favorite band, the Bouncing Souls, and we got invited to go to Asbury Park, where Pete, the guitar player, is, and he did an EP for us. So for me, that was probably my height. I don't know if it can get any better than that. And Dad, was that the other one? Yes. Other question? All right. Just the lesson that the lesson that you're not prepared to get as soon as they're born. Like you can't imagine what it's like to have kids, even when your wife's pregnant, and you can never imagine until it's there. People tell you, oh, it's a love you'll never, you can't understand, all that cliche shit. But as soon as it happens, it's like there's something like even like physiological inside of you that just changes. And boy, did it teach me some lessons, though. Things that I thought were so important to me at one time, or nothing's going to come between me and my dog or anything like that. And the next thing you know, it's nope, clearing out the dog toys and the baby. And, so that really, really changed me. I was an only child growing up, so I didn't really share my space and time with anybody else. I kind of grew up a loner, in the 70s. So, yeah, it just completely changed everything. And now that's all I think about all day long,
Yeah, no, definitely. And I did want to touch back, like you said, because you have girls, you're soft. I think once you have kids, you're soft.
Well, that's probably true.
Because I have two boys, and I get choked up watching shows now.
Right, exactly.
I'm like, oh, man up. Like
I know. It's like I'm smacking myself, and I'm like, oh boy, I hope nobody notices this.
For sure. And did you find yourself a little lost once you had kids? Like, especially you were saying like you were very selfish at times because you were a loner.
Right. I think, it's like all of a sudden it's like, okay, the pressure's on, now, no more excuses or no shortcuts, it's do or die. You got to provide for these people, and you got to give them a good life, and you got to put yourself, at the end of the line, pretty much, and well worth it. Course.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. But I asked that because that's why I started the podcast. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
I didn't feel connected anymore, and I almost felt like, I'm a punk rock guy doing my thing, tattooing, going to shows, and then all of a sudden now I'm like home with my family. I have to be like,
exactly.
That whole change. And,
right. No, totally. And it's like I used to love going to shows, which I still do, but it's like we play 1 to 2 times a month. And it's like, oh, my good friend's band is playing here or there, and you really wish you could be 2 places at once. Like, I really want to go and support my all my peers and rock family out there, but I don't want to give up this time I have right now here. Yeah. I mean, the kids are getting old real fast, and it's time doesn't wait for you.
No, definitely it doesn't.
So,
is there anything that your parents did when they were raising you that you want to do different when it comes to your children?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I am a complete opposite, I think. Well, I mean, I guess, yeah, yeah, it's true. Yeah, you realize, oh shit, I got that one, I got that aspect or whatever. Um, yeah. I mean, I grew up in a little bit of a I guess you could say a little dysfunctional home, and what is normal these days anyway. But I definitely did not want to carry that pattern out. With when I had kids, um, like there's no way I was gonna make my kids have to, be like, oh shit, dad's home, or you know what I mean? Nothing like that whatsoever. This is you got one shot at this, and I'm not gonna fuck it up.
No, I agree. I
You
agree.
know?
I understand that 100% because like there was like in my house it was like get in the house, get in your room before you could get grounded.
Yeah. And then I had many fights with my dad, and things were explosive, and yeah, I'm very fortunate and lucky that it didn't. I didn't carry out any patterns, or it just didn't, it wasn't me, and I'm grateful for that. Whatever force or thing kept me from following in my parents' footsteps just didn't affect me. So
That's awesome.
So,
Uh, what advice would you give to someone who's in a band who has a family,
right.
especially when it comes to their partner?
Balance. Always listen and pay attention. And always, yeah. My wife comes to like pretty much 99% of all the shows, so she's very much part of the whole thing. And you know what else? So my advice would just be, don't be a dick, and pay attention to what your other half, what their needs are, and your band might be your love and your passion, but don't make it your life, because that's all you're gonna have.
Yeah, no, definitely. Like you said earlier, balance. It's
right.
about balance.
It really is. It really is. And where I've been like beyond blessed, and I don't know how I'm so lucky, but we have the Flak Jacket itself is a family. Like all the wives get along, and
Cool.
We all have kids, and the kids hang out, and ironically, the bass player in my band, it's kind of a funny quick story. I was at a fireman's fair in my town. I'm in Huntington, and my daughter, my firstborn, was probably, I don't even know, she was just a baby, and I'm pushing a stroller through a crowded fireman's fair, and all of a sudden there's a stroller coming this way, and we're like head on head, and I'm like, hey, don't you play guitar or something like that? And he's like, yeah, I play some bass. And I was like, hey man, I got a studio in my house, and I'm thinking about, bringing my band back and this and that. And if you want to get together. He texted me, and we've been hanging ever since. Our kids grew up together. They're best friends. They consider themselves cousins. So, and our new drummer, Timmy Tyrant, he has 2 kids as well. And it's just like, it couldn't be more perfect. And I thank my lucky rock stars every fucking day that, here is something that the family participates in. All ages shows, my kids are there, all of our kids are there. My daughter's behind the stand selling the merch, and so it's a cool family operation when that allows.
Definitely. And normally I ask people like, are they happy at the end? But obviously you are. So if you could change something for the future for your kids without any restrictions, what would you do?
I hate to, they say money is the root of all evil or problems. Probably a rich person came up with that slogan, because I mean, I would say unlimited money, so I could provide whatever they want. I'd never want to say, oh no, you can't go to that school, or this or that, or how great would it be to, if college is even the paths or whatever, just to be like, you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to worry about this or that, or I would love to be able to, if I'm still around, help them with a house, or you know what I mean? And it really does come down to the money that stresses you out, and you know, but at the same time, you don't want spoiled brats either, you know. So
Oh yeah, no, I hear you, I hear you. And then the only other thing I have to say is like I've been listening to your music.
oh, cool, thanks.
Normally I don't criticize anyone.
Yeah.
But there's one song that you really need to adjust.
I like this.
Let's Go
I
Rangers.
knew
If
it.
you could turn it to
I knew it.
Let's Go Islanders,
Yeah,
I think
well,
we would get along a lot
Well,
better.
maybe
You
today
might
we'll
have
do
a
a
hit.
treat for you. No, that's hysterical. Our drummer is a diehard Islander fan, and when he met, same thing he brought up. He was like, you know, I love the music, and you know, we're in the process of, you know, he's joining the band. He's like, I just got one issue. He's like, I'm an Islander fan, and he's like, please don't make me play that song. So, but he's all in good spirit. If we play it, he wears his Islander stuff, and you know, so that's
right.
all cool.
Well, he has people on his side.
Yeah. Awesome. Very cool.
It was nice meeting you. Thank
Nice
you.
meeting you too. Thanks for having me, man. This is great.
Absolutely. Cool.
Awesome.
1, 2, 3, 4.